crazy. You're crazy. Y'all are crazy. I'm crazy. Everybody's crazy. Crazy is a wild word, man. And a lot of times I've seen crazy used to like be very dismissive to certain people's, mentalities and how they, operate mentally. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like to label people as crazy when they themselves just don't understand what it is being communicated to them, which is totally fine. It's not, everything's not supposed to click perfectly. You know what I mean? Some things are and some things don't. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And just because somebody may not be on your frequency or you may not be on theirs, like that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I feel like this is why women get labeled crazy by men who aren't aware or aren't like emotionally mature, is because like men, a lot of our energy is like singular, right? A lot of our energy focuses on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of masculine energy is to focus on himself. It's focusing on his legacy. He's trying to get himself together. He's trying to get himself right. He's trying to figure out what it is to be a man. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make the money. He's trying to, be successful so that he can get her. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of the male story that's like that, where we have to kind of go it alone, do it alone. You know what I'm saying? All as one. And we don't understand that the divine feminine is right there the whole time. We're out in the wilderness, but she's right there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. And honestly, that's the mystery of it. But I feel like it's taking us so long to get this damn shit, to get this. That I'm like, I gotta tell y'all some of these secrets, man, because like we gotta get this out. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to expose my divine feminine. I love y'all. Y'all are still just as mysterious as ever, just as beautiful as ever, just as wild and free and infinite as ever. I appreciate every single one of y'all, for real. Thank y'all for holding that frequency always and for so long, and for bearing this weight and for waiting for us. You know what I mean? But the divine, the masculine, especially on the third dimension, we are focusing on ourselves, especially at a younger age. Like we all do. We come out here as service, like in our lives, like the way we do it, like the way it goes is like we start off with like service to self. That's all we know is service to self, right? Even as a baby, you can't even service anything. You can't service anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like all you're able to do is be served. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't service anyone as a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna die if you don't have anyone there to guide you. You know what I'm saying? To protect you. So like, you start off only servicing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm this. You know what I'm saying? So like, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with crying. Crying is like life itself. It's like, you don't need words yet. You know what I'm saying? You don't need actual like English. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Like, we don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? All you need is like, but that's really like raw. But anyways, I know I'm kind of like offshoot a little bit, but, at our youngest stage, we are service to self. Once we have children, we have to transition into that service to others, like state of being. And it's kind of scary sometimes for different reasons. I can tap into that more. One, because for men, that's kind of the transition where we start to think, oh, okay, well, this is where the death is, because now we are like, it's no longer about us. You know what I'm saying? It's about them, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? But there's a finality, that kind of comes from having children to an extent, because it kind of allows you to see, oh yeah, well, now I'm kind of starting the process of like being the parent and the grandparent, and but it's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of at all. But a lot of the masculine energy focuses on itself, right? And that's why it can be, we can be kind of hard-headed and stubborn and kind of slow to get to the point. But we all, service to others, we all, eventually, we learn how to service others. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of what it is. But when you have a child, that's the difference between when you have to, you know what I'm saying? So the feminine energy, she's more concerned about others, you know what I'm saying? Like her energy is constantly thinking about the environment, you know what I'm saying? It's constantly thinking about the atmosphere, the mood, like what's going on around her, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily always focusing about herself, you know what I'm saying? Because like her energy is everything, you know what I'm saying? Her energy is able to be everything. So like she's more concerned with the balance, you know what I'm saying? But when that energy is out of balance, it'll be too concerned with everything else and not herself. It'll be, yo, like I'm thinking about them and I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about that. And then like they'll be like distracting themselves from the actual like self that they are, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where the crazy side comes in, because it's like for them, it's natural for them to nurture, it's natural for them to care about others, you know what I'm saying? And the sucky part of the world is that, you know, sometimes the world is not necessarily respective of that energy or responsive to that energy. And it's not always there to it's not always, you know, there's not always moments where that energy is needed. You know, sometimes that nurturing energy is, you got to put that towards yourself, ladies, you know what I'm saying? Divine feminine, you got to nurture yourself, and y'all know how to do that better than anybody else. Y'all know how to nurture yourself. Y'all know how to make yourself smell good and look good, and, you know, like nurture your own self, you know? Like I don't need to teach y'all how to nurture. Y'all already know how to do that. That's your nature, you know what I'm saying? But like as far as the masculine energy, that's a part of the masculine energy where you have to kind of focus on yourself a bit, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, it's a male anytime I focus on myself, but there's a part, you know, it's a balance, you know, of all, you know what I'm saying? You have to focus on yourself, you have to focus on others, you know what I'm saying? But it is easier to focus on yourself rather than to focus on others, you know what I'm saying? So and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with women doing that, because men, we do that all the time, but we don't even nurture ourselves. We just focus on ourselves without nurturing ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And in a lot of ways. But the crazy, men call women crazy because they don't understand that aspect of her. They don't understand that she's working in the interrelatability of everything. So a lot of her energy is constantly thinking about all else that's going on around her, you know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing. But her mind is wired that way. And sometimes when it's out of balance, that it will constantly think about those, or worry, or, you know, put itself in that state where thinking that something needs to be corrected, or something needs to be changed, or that she needs to take action, or that something's wrong or something sometimes, you know what I'm saying? When sometimes it's for her to step back and allow it to be, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's not crazy. There's nothing crazy about it, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, like, you know, people will call it crazy when they don't understand what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like when they don't understand what's going on with someone else, you know? But women, y'all aren't crazy. Y'all just got complex minds, and y'all can do it all at once. Y'all's emotions and stuff, y'all can be everything within a few minutes. Y'all can be crying and happy and laugh and sad. Like y'all can be everything. Just like it was just storming and thundering, and now it's still and tranquil, you know what I'm saying? That's just how y'all are, you know what I'm saying? Now I gotta take this off. Okay, where's she at now? Where am I at now? You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all supposed to happen. She knows what, you know, it's natural, you know what I'm saying? But it's also being able to hone in on all of that, and to be able to balance it, just like, you know, X-Men. Professor X, he meets all the mutants usually when they are out of balance and they don't know how to use their powers. And then Professor X comes along and he's like, all right, well, you can do this and you can do that. You can Rogue, everything you touch, you sap from. And Rogue, at that point, she thought it was a curse, right? So thank you. Rogue thought it was a curse, right? Because anything she would touch, she wanted to love, right? She wanted to, she wanted that connection, right? But there's a part of her energy that whenever she would touch it, she would pull the life force from it and bring it to herself, right? And if she didn't have Professor X, all she would have been, she would have like thought as herself as some cruel thing or something, you know what I'm saying? Like she wouldn't understand the beauty that is her, you know what I'm saying? But having that understanding of Professor X or whatever to balance out that energy, then she becomes the superhero that she's supposed to be, because then she's like, oh, this is how I use it. This is how I utilize it. This is how it is when it's in balance. And if anything, I'm a very powerful person. And this energy that I can take away from is actually for the other side that's, you know, that's the like opposing side, the side that's out of balance, you know what I'm saying? It's like she's able to take that imbalance and like draw that into herself and create strength from that, you know what I'm saying, and become superhuman. But I love Rose. She's a freaking awesome, cool character and everything. But I love y'all, man. I love the divine feminine. I love the divine masculine, man. We're doing this, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing this. But on the third dimension, we are in a dance, and sometimes it can be a drama, you know what I mean? But, you know, sometimes that's kind of what makes it exciting a little bit. But we don't need to be hurting each other. We don't need to be killing each other. We don't need to be doing all this crazy stuff. Crazy. But that's actually crazy. Women aren't crazy. You know, y'all just be thinking about everything, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. But, you know, that's like just like in a computer, right? You have RAM and you have like, you got like memory and RAM, right? Like RAM is like the memory that's used to like complete tasks, and the memory is like the whole stores of everything, you know what I'm saying? And you need both, you know what I'm saying? But the masculine is like kind of like the RAM a bit, you know what I'm saying? It's like he has to, like, his memory is for doing the task, you know what I'm saying? His memory is allocated towards like doing the task, but her memory is allocated towards holding the whole like system together, you know what I'm saying? Like keeping everything like there, keeping all the files where they're supposed to be, like having, you know what I'm saying, like having there to be like a computer chip, the motherboard, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love y'all, man. This is so cool. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Love y'all, man. Whoever you are, wherever you are, however you are, whenever you are, I really hope that you got something from this message, man. Nature's been out here synchronized with me. I've been synchronized for years, but I love y'all. We got more videos on the way. Take care.